Well, good morning everyone. It's about 6 a.m. and we're up on Johnson's Lake again, up in Godalming. Going to give it another go for the Tench and the Crucians. I did my first trip last week, a bit further down the bank here where it's very, very weedy. Couple of small rudd and lost the tench in the weed. Hoping for a little bit better action today. So I'm still on the railway bank on this session. I've come a bit further up. I'm sort of like midway up the long railway bank. I think it's called 8, I think, 7 or 8, around about there. Just on the edge of the deep water. I've had a look at a map and sort of from 10 to 15, so it's just a little bit further down there, so basically out there. It's a little bit deeper, you know, it's a very, very shallow lake anyway. The deepest area that we can find is sort of like a little bowl out there, goes down to about 6 foot. But most places it's very shallow, you know, I mean 2 or 3 feet. 3 feet seems to be about the average, which is why it's very weedy. I did see a lot of bubbling and fizzing going on in the swim that I was in last time, down by the pads in the corner, and I was tempted to go in there, but of course I know it's very, very weedy, so I fancied a different swim, so I've come midway up the bank. One I've put straight out and had a little lead around first of all. Absolutely no weed up here at all, so weedy as anything in that corner, but further up you come, less weed, and as I say here, no weed at all. Leaded around and I've pulled all the way back and not encountered any weed at all, so it's weed free up here. So if I do hook something, it shouldn't dive in the weed. Next swim up there's a little set of pads. There's 3 sets of pads down this bank. So it's the next swim is the one with the pads really, but what I've done is this right hand rod, I've cast it along at 45-degree angle, so it's right on the tip of the pads, which you couldn't reach from the next swim. So I'm sort of covering 2 areas, open water and one up against the pads. Just little pellet cones, a little cluster of 2mm pellets at the moment. I haven't catapulted any freebies out, just fishing for a bite really. So it's 6 o'clock. I'm going to give it to lunchtime again like I did last week. If I've not had anything by lunchtime, then I'll probably move over onto Harris Lake, but let's hope we get a bite or 2 here. Well, it's getting on for midday now, and it's been another slow morning on Johnson's. Pretty busy today, quite a few people have turned up to fish, but nobody's been catching anything. I've had 3 bites, and I've had 1 rudd and 2 roach. The 2 roach I had were, you know, one of them was probably 3/4 of a pound, you know, a fair sized roach, and it whacked up and pulled the rod round and everything, you know. I thought it was a tench or maybe even a Crucian, but no, it was a nice roach. So as I say, it's approaching midday now. I've done 6 hours in this swim. The sun's come out now. There's no bubbling or fizzing or anything like there was when I fished last week down in the corner. So I think I'm going to do the same as I did last week, which is knock it on the head in a minute and have a little break, maybe have a little wander around, and then go back up onto Harris for the afternoon to the evening, and hopefully I'll catch something over there. That's what I've been catching this morning, these roach. And, you know, fair sized roach, but not exactly what I'm after. I'll give it another 1/4 of an hour, then I'm going to move. So I've moved swims. In fact, I've moved lakes again. So we're over on Harris. It's about 1 o'clock now. Got in this swim, peg number 37. Chucked the 2 rods out, a couple of handfuls of pellet, and within 10 minutes the left hand rod's whacked around, and just had a nice little tench. Not a big one, probably only about £3, but it's a blank saver. At least it wasn't a blank. Nice little tench. And back he goes. Right, well, it's just after 6 PM now, and I'm in the third different swim of the day in the second different lake. So I've been moving about all over the place today, trying to catch a fish, basically. You know, started off on Johnson's and had a load of roach and a rudd, so moved off of there. Talking of roach, you know, I had roach in the last swim, which was peg 37. This swim's become available, which is everybody's favourite peg 42. I've been in here 10 minutes. I just had a nice roach, first cast. Just chucked it back out there, and feels like another roach. I just can't stop catching roach today. And just to prove me wrong, this one's a rudd. So 2 rudd today and about 15 roach, I think. And the 1 tench, which is about £3. So a poor day so far, but we got the evening. Finally I got one. It's about 7:30. And first one of the evening. Best one of the day. This one's around about 5, I should think. And right on last knockings, as it was last week. But at least they've just got a couple. 2 within 5 minutes. One was about 4, this one's about 5. So picking up at the last moment.